What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and we're going to be talking about same thing we talked about the other day. We were going to be talking about the future of another CW, aka DC series, The Legends of Tomorrow. Now, this show has been going on now 5 years. The starter of this season wasn't the best, no, but I'm going to get into the reasons why I think The Legends of Tomorrow may actually stay going for another few years. Legends, to me, has always been that one series where you cannot take seriously, but at the same time, you can't help but enjoy it so much because they've always had where, especially in the beginning, where you had Rip Hunter and then, of course, some of the other characters, which kind of became irrelevant. If you guys want me to be blunt, Rip Hunter became irrelevant after season one. So did Hawk Girl, Hawk Guy. They've all became irrelevant after those seasons due to it just got to be like really it was one of those after they killed Vandal Savage or they took down Vandal Savage, it was finally like, okay, let's go ahead and do that. So it finally got to be where it wasn't that big of a deal to where it was like, okay, they can go. There were some characters I think that were better to be on the show, like when they had Martin and what's his name that made Heatwave. That was good. And then when he died, it really made the show even more crazy, especially during that crossover event where we saw Martin die, and he was the father figure of the show. He was the friend, he was the mentor, he was he was everything that they needed. When he died, it really messed it up, and I was like, damn, because it really got me. And then we lost Captain Cold, Wentworth Mellon's character in the very first season. It was very crazy because I was like, man, really, they're gonna kill him off that quick, and it pissed me off. It really did. I thought that it wasn't gonna do that well, and then when it did, more characters such as when they brought Wally in, did I really care about that? Not really. When they brought in Vixen, I thought that was pretty cool. When they brought in Zari, I thought that was cool. And then they bring my boy Matt Ryan in the mix as John Constantine. It just made it even more crazy. And I think that all these ones, seeing Sarah, Kayla, she does such an amazing job. Ray, Nate, Mick, then we got Zari in the mix, and we got Macy. She does such an amazing job of doing two characters as Vixen slash Charlie, and I think it's absolutely badass when she does those characters. But some of the characters I think has just been a hit and a miss. Like Ava, I can't really take Ava too seriously. Ava's one of those ones. I think she's just tries to be the uptight whatever, and she just does not work. I don't know if that's just me or some people are just like, and because I've seen a lot of different mixed views about her, and I think that maybe it's just because of the character or the writing or the actress. I don't know. I know there's a lot of back and forth of the character. I know that there is when they have Heatwave on there with Captain Cold, that's absolutely amazing. When they brought in Courtney Ford as Nora Dark, that was badass to see her on there, which she's an amazing actress. We could see also when they've done different villains, when they've done like Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage was like one of those, and then they brought in the Legion of Doom. It was one of those like, okay, that kind of works. And they brought in all these different mythical ones, and they brought in the demons, which was cool. But my favorite one was with trying to raise, I think it was Malik, I think it was the name, when they were trying to raise him. I think that was probably one of my favorite seasons because we got to see all the different so-called loser superheroes to come together, and they actually did something correctly. And Sarah really went from becoming this supporter character slash side hero to a main hero, where you could see her shine as well as the rest of these others shine. And we also get to see more characters, which I think that I kind of wish that we got to see more of a little bit. Like, I did not like how they did Zari in the last season, like how they switched her with her brother that was dead when they mixed up the timeline. I didn't care for that, but I know that was writing. That made me very Like I was more upset to like really you're gonna do her like that, and they brought her back in another form, and then they brought back Captain Cold off and on as another version. Like he's either been the one from Crisis or the past version of Captain Cold, or a ghost version per se. So there's been a lot of versions of Wentworth Merrill that he's come back into the show. But the show itself, again, has gone back up and down for years. Legends, I think, is one of those shows you can't take very seriously. It is one of those where you have a lot of fun. You can't take it seriously. It's one of those where you like certain heroes, they'll guest star on there, then they'll be off, or they try to find themselves in the series or the season or whatever, and then they come back or they don't. And honestly, I think there's some that should come back, and I think there's some that should not come back. Like, I think Vixen, I think she should stay where she's at, because obviously what happened with the history line, I think she should stay. I think Rip Hunter, again, he's been gone for a while. Captain Cold, bring back Crisis Captain Cold, I think, or Crisis Earth X, that should have been good. Hawk Girl and Hawk Guy, I don't think they should be back unless they are really needed. I mean, because they really were irrelevant in the entire crossover, as well as also in Legends until they took down Vandal Savage. Then also with, I believe, a few others that are not entirely a big deal within the Legends community, like that one Noah or Howard Moa, whatever her name is. She's very irrelevant. I can't take her very seriously. I think she's one of those where she's just a support character. Same thing with Gary. It's one of those that's funny. You can't take it very seriously. You have a little fun with it. Again, you can't take it very seriously. Also with, I believe, like Gideon's character. I love Gideon's character. I think Gideon is a very funny character. Every time we get to see her, it's absolutely it's fun. It's laid back, makes fun of like everybody. She's part of the crew. She's part of the team. So I find that very interesting. But I think Legends can go on for probably a few more seasons if they do it correctly. Again, if they don't take themselves very seriously, if they don't try to be like another Arrow or Flash, because there's been times where they made fun of them, especially in different segments, where especially in the promo they made fun of them, and the show they made fun of them, like, oh, another crossover, another this, that, and the other. They don't want to keep doing it, so they keep bringing that up, and I think it's funny that they bring that up because they make fun of the other shows where it's like, I don't want to be, this, or I don't want to do that. So I think it's fun that they bring all that into the show and they actually make fun of the other shows, and I think that's what makes it work. And also, they don't take themselves very seriously, and there's times they do and times they don't, and they make fun of themselves. So it's one of those shows, if you want to watch, and you won't really miss anything, but it's one of those, if you want to get hooked on a DC show, it's one of those where I do recommend this. It's one of those where we'll have stupid episodes, there's times we'll have awesome episodes, there's times where it'll be boring. There's a lot of those within this series, but let me know what you guys think about Legends of Tomorrow. Do you think it's been going downhill? Do you think it's been keeping afloat? Do you think it's going to get better? Do you think it needs to stay the way it is? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. If you guys need a channel about subscribing, links down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd really like to know. I'm going to be doing more of these. I'm going to be doing one on Batwoman. I'm going to be doing one on Black Lightning and Supergirl as well. I figured I'd go ahead and get this one out with Flash, because again, those two are the ones that were before the others, so I figured I'd go ahead and let you guys know what I think. So let me know what your thoughts are about it. If you guys still enjoy Legends, or if not, that's cool too. Let me know why in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the very next one.